the people I've met during medical school and from patients, but mostly like my friends and the wonderful community that's been around this whole time.
The skit night, I'm kind of notorious for laughing at everything, but I really don't think I've ever laughed that hard in my life.
The first 2 years studying late at night in the MSR lobby and in the library, and if you struggle and you're with others that also have the same struggle, it's actually kind of fun.
Hanging out with friends after our very first exam, it was like a bonding experience among people that would become my lifelong friends.
All of the times that I've spent with my friends, we've gotten so close over the years, all kind of going through the same things. So spending time with them is definitely my favorite memory.
We were practicing our presentations, and once we, did a good presentation, the senior resident high-fived us, and it made me feel like I could do this. Just getting that high five.
A few of us had done Kaiser for our third year, and so we hadn't seen each other for a full year. Did a little outdoor picnic on the Esplanade and just made up for lost time.
Team Fascia. We just made something that was a very stressful time for most people into a super fun time.
Have those tiny moments where you get to catch up with people and sit outside and eat lunch or eat dinner. Those are definitely some of my fondest memories.
The day after step one, and just being able to sleep for a little while.
I was going into my outpatient clinic, and I came into a room where the kid was very flustered, screaming. We kind of bonded over that little detail, and the rest of the visit went just very smoothly and very fun. It was something that I wanted to continue doing for the rest of my life.
And how I learned to appreciate, even in life and death, the beauty of, what it means to be alive in the human experience.
The first time that I took out a tonsil, that was definitely one of the highlights of med school.
After an anatomy exam, a group of friends and I went up to Vermont. And I think we grew a lot closer at the end of that weekend. It was a really, really nice time.
Anatomy is a tough and stressful course, but I really loved every second of time that I spent in the lab, especially with Jake and Shant, quizzing each other and getting help from the prosectors.
Would be ski trip. It was so fun hanging out with everyone in our class and spending the weekend away together.
We had all just finished our exam and we were by the MSR. Everyone was happy to be done with first year, and it was just a really happy moment for everyone.
The ultimate first day of school. I was honestly terrified, but also I was so excited to finally be in the hospital doing the things I came to med school to do.
Someone in our class came up to me and said, I really liked what you posted. I was feeling so stressed before this exam, and it just helped me lighten the mood a little bit and be relaxed for this.
Definitely the MICU team during my medicine clerkship. Dr. Styling, Matt, Petro, Maddie, Nathan, Sophia. That was a good team.
We have a whole set of quotations that we've been acquiring from year to year regarding the insanity of medical school. So I think looking back on those every so often and kind of just texting certain quotes and certain phrases to each other.
Hang out at the Esplanade, go walking around Boston. It's a nice walkable city, so just hanging with my friends.
For some reason, I decided that my acrobatics partner and I would teach a workshop. We managed to teach people some cool stuff. Nobody got hurt, everybody had fun.
The friends that I've made here have become family away from home. Be there for one another and just create memories that I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life.
The people that I've met and interacted with are some of the not only the most professional and wonderful people I've ever met, but they made my life better, and I'm better for knowing them.
White Coat. It was a great event to celebrate everyone's accomplishments, and it was definitely the introduction to so many people and to so many friends that I made throughout medical school.
Meeting all these wonderful, great people who I will call friends for life.
It was my 26th birthday, so I decided to have a potluck at our med student residence.
The ski trip we did, we went over to Killington in Vermont, and it was great seeing everybody out there on the mountain and then hanging out at the cabin afterwards.
First and second year when I did MSSRP, because I got to learn how to start my own research project and be a researcher.
Get out of the city, get away from med school with some of my classmates and get to know each other, either camping, backpacking, hiking.
Going to the beach on the weekends, or after a test, just taking a short trip to New York because it's only a couple hours away. all the other things we did, the ski trip, formal, all the outside activities are what really made medical school special to me.
I'm going wedding dress shopping with all of the girls that I met during my first year of med school, and just continued to get closer to throughout med school.
A spontaneous sort of trip to a cabin in Vermont. Became a lot closer as a group of friends, and those are the friendships that I've carried with me through the toughest of times over the last few years.
First year when we all went on the ski trip together.
How grateful I am to be able to learn medicine and impart health and treatment and hopefully a better life to other people.
Getting to share birthdays with one of my best friends, Nat Mulkey. We spend so much time working hard in school that it kind of makes it even more special when we get those chances to spend time together.
Post-exam celebrations and BUSM Halloween.
The people I spent it with, my friends, my mentors, and especially my patients.
Meeting all of my close group of friends, amazing humans, kind of at baseline. And I hope we keep in touch.
Our class ski trip to Killington during first year. So many people from our class were able to make it that weekend, which was incredibly special.
Doing my surgical ICU sub-internship with Ryan Price. We laughed hard, we played hard, we worked hard, and overall we had an amazing experience that really set the foundation for our fourth year.
The skit night premiere, it was just awesome to have the whole class there, all the faculty.
Skit night, when we got to see some of the creative aspects of some of our fellow classmates.
Studying with my group of friends first and second year in the second floor room.
Favorite memory of medical school actually was meeting my wife.
All the time I got to spend with my friends, going on walks, hikes and road trips, getting boba.
That's a really tough one, just because there's so many.
When we would go up to the anatomy lab and just stay really long hours and study together and dissect together.
What I loved about rotations was I was able to meet and get closer to classmates I probably wouldn't have otherwise.
In my first year, I participated in the PAIRS program, which was a program that partnered first-year medical students with individuals that carried a diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease.
Hearing Dr. Lowe's speech, I think about that speech all the time, about what it means to grow into being a doctor.
These are the friends that I've made for life. I know that for a fact, and I think they are my favorite memory of medical school.
All the people that I met, whether that's my classmates who have become my dear friends, whether those are other physicians who have become mentors, or my patients whose stories I just cherish.
Going candlepin bowling with my friends in East Boston.
Going to South Africa for research.
The July 4th barbecue that we had first year med school in the backyard of the MSR.
After exams, I had a good time going to the gym attached to the hospital and playing basketball with my classmates.
Making friends and kind of the study groups from first year and just kind of building those relationships and setting down those foundations.
A dance club, we were dancing a classical Indian dance called Bhangra.
Slides being up on the board and just talking and chatting before everything starts, and just knowing that I'm here with my friends and other med students and we're all in this together.
At the end of first year, when you get your final pass and you realize you survived the year.
Third year rotations out in California.
We'd usually take a class picture after our last exam. We'd crowd the entire stairs in front of the BU medical campus for a little bit.
Skit night, just because I poured, my heart and soul into it.
My volleyball team behind the MSR, all barefoot playing in the sand and just enjoying summer days.
Going on a ski trip with about 100 people from our M1 class.
Really liked all the people that I met and got to know along the way.
Ski trip first year when we all went to Killington.
Just doing the dissections and working with my team was the most interesting.
My first delivery with welcoming a new baby into the world.
Proposed to my now wife in second year medical school. And then after proposed, so many of our medical school classmates over. It was great to be able to celebrate.
Forming close relationships and all of the memories that came with that.
During my sub-I, my last couple of weeks, I had the same patient. Just feeling very proud of the impact I was able to make on her life.
When I had a patient who came in after a heart attack, and I was being asked about all what I wanted to do, and I had an answer for each of those questions, and I felt like I was finally a doctor.